Good morning children, welcome to your maths class with Poonam Bagga. We are continuing chapter 2 linear equations in one variable. In our last class we had done some examples involving applications of these equations. Today we will be taking up more such questions from exercise 2.2. But before we start that, let us recall that whatever has been asked in the question, first of all we will assume it to be a variable, say x. Then according to the question we will form one equation and then solve it. सबसे पहले हमसे क्वेश्चन में जो पूछा है उसे हम एक वेरिएबल x नाम दे देंगे, फिर क्वेश्चन के हिसाब से एक इक्वेशन बनाएंगे और उसे सॉल्व करेंगे. Here is the first question for you. If you subtract half from a number and multiply the result by half, you get 1 by 8. What is the number? So the number has been asked. So first step should be, let the number be x. Now we will read the question and according to the question we will form one equation. So according to the question, subtract half from number is x now. So subtract half from x, multiply by half, you get equal to 1 upon 8. Now is this correct or is something missing here? Yes, one bracket is missing here. The result of subtraction will be given by this full number and therefore it needs to be placed inside a bracket. After that you can see that this 2 is in division here, and on transposing to the RHS now it will move on into the multiplication part. Let us do it. X minus half will be equal to 1 by 8 into 2. Now this 2 has come up in multiplication in the RHS. Simply cancel it. 2 ones are 2, 2 fours are 8. X minus 1 by 2 gives 1 upon 4. 1 by 2 will be transferred to the RHS. It will become plus 1 by 2. Again take the LCM, 2 and 4. LCM will be obviously 4. 4 ones are 4. So 1 will remain as it is. Plus 2 twos are 4. So 1 twos are 2. This will give us x equal to 3 upon 4. And the number x was asked. So the required number is 3 upon 4. This is the answer. We take one more question. The perimeter of a rectangular swimming pool is 154 meters. Here one swimming pool has been given, rectangular in shape, and its perimeter has been given equal to 154 meters. Its length is 2 meters more than twice its breadth. What are the length and the breadth of the pool? Now two things have been asked, length and breadth. We may get confused whom to take x and whom not to. किसे x लें और किसे x ना लें length और breadth में से. We read this question. The name that comes second will be taken as x. Its length, देखिए length पहले आ रहा है. The word length is coming first. Then breadth is coming second. Breadth word बाद में आ रहा है. So we will take this breadth to be x. This we will be taking as x, the name that is coming second in the sentence. So we assume, let the breadth of the pool be x meters, because the perimeter is also given in meters and the length is also in terms of meters. So we will write x meters, m in short. Then the length of pool will be how much? 2 meters more. More means plus. 2 meters more than twice. Twice means 2 into double. So, it will be 2 meters more than twice the breadth. 2 into x. 2 into x is nothing but 2x. So, this is the length. We can give it a bracket and write its unit in the side. Let me take it somewhere near meter. So, this is the breadth and this is the length. Now, we have been given the perimeter of the pool. So, we will write its formula. Perimeter of rectangle is, just recall it, 2 into length plus breadth, and this is equal to 154 meters. This has been given in the question. So, equal to 154 meters. Now, we will put in the values of length and breadth in this formula and then we will solve it. The perimeter is 2 into length was 2 plus 2x and the breadth was x equal to 154. Now, here there are two terms with variable x. The terms with variable will be added together and the constant will be kept separately. So, this will give us 2 into, we will add these two terms. This is 2x and no number is visible here. So, it is 1x. So, 2x plus 1x will give us 3x equal to 154. Now, this 2 is in multiplication here. When we will transpose it to the RHS, it will go in division. This will leave 2 plus 3x equal to 154 upon 2 or 2 plus 3x equal to 77. You can divide either in your mind directly or you may divide it in the rough part. This will give us 77. 3x equal to 77 minus 2. 2 is in plus here. On going to the RHS, it will get minus 2. Now, 3x equal to 75 and x equal to 75 upon 3. Again on dividing, we will get 3 2s are 6 and 3 5s are 15. So, x has come out to be 25. This means the breadth of the pool is 25 meters. X was the breadth. So, the breadth of pool equal to 25 meters and the length now will be of pool equal to how much? 2 plus 2x. This will give us 2 plus 2 into x is 25. This is 2 plus 50 and equal to 52 meters. So, this is the length and this 25 meters is the breadth. You can easily check your answer also by putting these values in the formula of perimeter 2 into L plus B and then you can check whether it is coming out to be 154 meters or not. If it is coming, then it is the correct answer, otherwise it may have some error and then you will have to check it. Next we have one more question. The base of an isosceles triangle is 4 by 3 centimeters. The perimeter of the triangle is 4 2 by 15 centimeters. What is the length of either of the remaining equal sides? This is an isosceles triangle. In it, two of its sides are equal. You can see that its two sides are equal, this side and this side, and this is the third side which is not equal to these two sides and it is called the base of the triangle. Here the base of the triangle has been given equal to 4 by 3 centimeters. So, this is equal to 4 upon 3 centimeters. Next we have been asked the perimeter of the triangle is given and we have been asked the length of either of the remaining equal sides. That is, we have to tell the length of these two sides which are equal. Let us take it to be x. So, if this side is x, then this side will also be x centimeters. We write it here. Let each of the equal sides be x centimeters. Okay, the base has been given equal to 4 by 3 centimeters. This has been given already. Now the perimeter of the triangle is this given. What is the perimeter of a triangle? If we start moving from this point and we go in this direction, then this direction and then back, this is called the perimeter, one complete round of the triangle. So, how do we get this perimeter? Simply by adding all the three sides. So, perimeter of triangle is equal to sum of three sides, and this has been given equal to 4 by 15 centimeters. This has been given equal to 4 2 by 15. Now, we will easily add the three sides, equate it to 4 2 by 15 and then get the answer. Let us do it. The three sides are x, x and 4 upon 3, and they all are equated to 4 2 by 15. First of all, we will make it a simple fraction. It is a mixed fraction here, and yes, this x and x will become 2x plus 4 upon equal to, simplify it, 15 4s are 60 plus 2, it will give us 62 upon 15. Next, this 4 by 3 will go to the RHS with a negative sign. Take the LCM, it will come out to be 15. 62 will remain as it is, 15 ones are 15, so 62 ones are 62, minus 3 5s are 15, so 4 5s are 20. This is equal to 42 upon 15. Now, this 2 is there with x. In the next step, we will bring this 2 in the denominator in division and get the value of x. 40 upon 15, and this 2 also has come in the denominator. We can easily cancel this by 2, 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4 and 2 1s are 2. Again 21 and 15 are divisible by 3. 3 5s are 15, 3 7s are 21. So, we get 7 upon 5. So, the two sides of the triangle that were equal, each of them is 7 by 5 centimeters in length. So, we can easily say the length of each of the equal sides of the triangle is 7 by 5 centimeters. This is the question. We move on to the next question. Sum of two numbers is 95. If one exceeds the other by 15, find the numbers. Two numbers we have to find. Let one of them be x. Let one number be x. Then the other one will be exceeds. Exceeds means again plus, more. The other number is 15 more than the first one, or exceeds also means the same thing. So, the second number will be x plus 15 exceeds by 15. Now their sum is given to be 95. So according to the question, add the two numbers, x plus 15 is equal to 95. Again the x terms will be added together, x plus x gives 2x plus 15 equal to 95. 2x equal to 95 minus 15, 50 will come to the RHS in minus sign, 2x will give us 80 and this x will be now 80 upon 2 which is equal to 40. So one of the numbers which was x is 40 and the other one we will get by adding 15. So we can easily write the answer here. One number is equal to 40 and the second number, this is equal to 40 plus 15 equal to 55. Clear? You can again check your answer. Let us check it if on adding we are getting 95 or not. 40 plus 55. Yes, we are getting 95. So our answer is correct. You can check this in the rough part of your work. Next we have one more question. Two numbers are in the ratio 5:3. If they differ by 18, what are the numbers? I told you earlier also, this ratio is very helpful to us. Simply multiply both of them by x and we will get the numbers. So let the two numbers be 5x and 3x. How? I told you earlier also, if we can easily cancel x by x and we are left up with 5:3 only. So we can multiply both the numbers by a number, say x. Now they differ by 18. So according to the question, their difference is equal to 18. Obviously we will subtract smaller number from the bigger number. This will give us 18. We are left up with 2x equal to 18 and this will give us x equal to 18 upon 2 which is equal to 9. So this is the value of x. Now we can easily write the two numbers. The first number, it is 5x. So it will be 5 into 9. See, the value of x is 9. So we will multiply 5 by 9. 5 9s are 5. And the second number, this will be, the second number is 3x. So 3x, 3 into 9, this will give us 3 9s are 27. So these are the two numbers. You can again check them. Let us check. Subtract the two numbers, 45 minus 27. Now this will become 15 and this will become 3. 15 minus 7 is 8 and 3 minus 2 is 1 and the difference is coming out to be 18. Yes, the answer is correct. We move on to the next question. Three consecutive integers add up to 51. What are these integers? Now what does this consecutive word means? I told you it means the numbers are continuous in order. If one number is 11, then the other will be 12 and 13. They are consecutive numbers. But if we take 11, 15, 31, they are not consecutive, they are consecutive. So, numbers coming one after the other. Now, we will need to take one of them to be x. Let the first integer be x. Okay, first one we have taken to be x. Now, since the numbers are continuous, then the difference between them will be of 1. You can easily see difference between 11 and 12 is 1. Again, difference between 12 and 13 is 1. Or in other words, we get the next number by adding 1. So, if I want to get the next number, I will add 1 and get 14. Again add 1 and get 15. Again keep on adding 1, you will get the next number. So, if first integer is x, then the second integer will be x plus 1. We will get the next number by adding up 1. Then the third integer will be, again we will add one more 1. So, x plus 1 plus 1, and this will be equal to x plus 2. So, these are the three consecutive integers. Now, it is given that they all three add up to 51. So, according to the question, add the three, x plus 1 plus x plus 2 equal to 51. We have added all the three integers. Again the numbers with x will be added up together and the constants will be taken separately. So, 3x are there, 1, 2 and 3. We write 3x plus, now 1 plus 2 will give us 3 equal to 51. Then this 3 will move on to the RHS and go in minus. We are left up with 3x equal to 51 minus 3. This will give us 3x equal to 48. Then x equal to 48 upon 3, and this is equal to 3 ones are 3, 3 6 are 18. 16 is the answer. This is the value of x, and x was the first integer. So, we can say that first integer is 16. The second integer will be, it was x plus 1, that is 16 plus 1, it will be 17, and the third integer, because they are continuous, so the third one will be 16, 17 then 18, or we can write it as 17 plus 1 equal to 18, or you can write 16 plus 2 also. So, the three integers are, the three consecutive integers are 16, 17 and 18. Again we can check the answer, add the 3, are we getting 51 or not? Let us see. We are checking here in the rough part, this is my rough part, okay. 16, 17 and 18. Just add the 3, 6 and 7, 13 and 8 is 21, 2 carried, this is giving us to be 51. Yes, the answer is correct. Next we have the sum of three consecutive multiples of 8 is 888, 888. Find the multiples. Now the multiples of 8 will have a difference of 8 between each two consecutive numbers. Now let us look at the table of 8 first. We have 8 2s are 16, 8 3s are 24 and then 32 and so on. What do you see? When I add 8, I get 16. Then again add 8 to 16, you get 24. Again add 8, you get 32. And again add 8, you will get 40. So this means that on adding 8, we get the next multiple of 8. So first of all, let us assume or let the first multiple of 8 be x. Then the second multiple will be equal to x plus 8. I told you after adding 8 we get the next multiple, and the third multiple it will be x plus 8 is the second, again add one more 8. This will give you x plus 16 as the third multiple. Now the sum of the three multiples is 888 according to the question. Add the 3, x plus 8 plus x plus 16 equal to 888. Again the x is 3x and 8 plus 16 gives us 24 equal to 888. This 24 will go to the RHS and become a negative number. We are left up with 3x equal to 888 minus 24. 3x equal to, subtract 4, 6 and 8. Next 3 will go in the denominator in division part. X equal to 864 upon 3. Now you can divide it in the rough work also, or you can divide it directly also. It will give us 288. This is the first multiple of 8x. So the first multiple it has come out to be 288. Then the second multiple it is 288 plus 8 again. Add the 2, 8, 8, 16, 9, 2. Then the third multiple it will be 296 plus 8. This gives us 304. So the three multiples are 288, 296 and 304. You can easily add the 3 and check whether you are getting 888 or not. Let us check. 288, then 296 and 304. 6 and 4, 10 and 8, 18, 1 carat, 18, 1 carat, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, the answer is correct again. Next question. The consecutive integers are such that when they are taken in increasing order and multiplied by 2, 3 and 4 respectively, they add up to 74. Find these numbers. Again we have to take 3 consecutive integers. So let the first integer be x. Then the second integer equal to, since they are consecutive, so we will keep on adding 1. The next integer will be x plus 1, and the third integer, it will add up to x plus 1 plus 1 x plus 2. This will give us x plus 2 as the third integer. Now what are they saying? In increasing order, taken in increasing order. So this is obviously the increasing order, x, then x plus 1, then x plus 2, and multiplied by 2, 3 and 4. That means we have to multiply this first number by 2, second number by 3 and the third number by 4. We have to multiply these numbers in increasing order by 2, 3 and 4. ये नंबर्स इंक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर में लेकर इनको 2 से, 3 से और 4 से मल्टीप्लाई करके फिर ऐड करना है जो 74 के इक्वल दिया है. सो वी कैन राइट इट अकॉर्डिंग टू द क्वेश्चन. Yes, multiply x by 2 plus then x plus 1 by 3. Obviously you will have to enclose it inside a bracket because they are two terms, they should be given one bracket. Since it is a single term, so it is not compulsory to give it a bracket, but if there are two terms and we are multiplying, then we need to place one bracket. This should be very clear to you. It is a basic thing in maths. Then next again we are having two terms, give it a bracket, plus 4 into x plus 2. This is given equal to 74. Now this 3 will get multiplied to x and 1 both, 4 will be multiplied to x and 2 both. We continue in the next page. We got 2x plus 3 into x plus 1 plus 4 into x plus 2 equal to 74. Simplify 2x plus 3x plus 3 ones are 3, 4 into x is 4x plus 4 into 2 is 8 equal to 74. The bracket is closing here, so 3 will be multiplied to only these two terms. It will not continue to the further terms. Now again we will be adding up the terms with x. These 3 are the terms with variable x. Add these 3 terms. 2 plus 3 5, 5 plus 4 is 9x, plus we will add these constants 3 and 8, it will be 11 equal to 74. This gives us 9x equal to 74 minus 11, 9x equal to 63, x equal to 63 upon 9, and this is equal to 7. So we got x to be 7 and x was the first integer. So we get first integer equal to 7, second integer equal to 7 plus 1. Remember x plus 1, so 7 plus 1 it will be 8, and the third integer, since they are consecutive, obviously it should be 7, 8, 9. So we can write it 8 plus 1 or 7 plus 2 also you can write to be 9. So therefore the 3 consecutive integers are 7, 8 and 9. Clear? So this is question number 8, and with this we have completed question 1 to 8 of exercise 2.2. In our next class we will be completing the remaining questions of this exercise. Till then, do practice these questions again on your own and try to make some more questions on your own. Till then, keep watching, keep practicing. Thank you.